Good morning, afternoon, whatever time it is by the time you see this, evening. I just wanted to touch bases on something. Um, so while I hope everybody is gathering to all the precautions that they are to stay safe and not be near other people and chance this whole social quarantining and social distancing, um, I have a message. I'm a person who likes to communicate with my friends and make sure everybody's good. And there are people that I communicate with that I haven't seen or talked to in a while that, you know, in moments of time to reflect, it does give a person like, hey, let me reach out to that person. Let me reach out to that person. I feel like so many people have adapted to social media for so long, which is so crazy. Don't get me wrong. I have an Instagram and I have Snapchat, and that's the extent. I have a Facebook Messenger, but I got rid of my Facebook over a year ago now at this point, and I feel like it has helped me out. Now, for me, who has struggled with anxiety and mental health issues, that whole thing, depression, I feel like it's necessary to stay in contact with people that you care about. You know what I mean? So on that note, I appreciate everybody who has reached out and thank them. If you don't feel like you've reached out enough to other people, please make sure that you are doing so. But don't always talk about shit that would make other people already paranoid enough. We all are aware of the situation, and instead of making things worse or struggling with what we're going through, try to focus on how we're going to come back from this situation, because it did get pretty serious. I write a lot. I write a lot, whether it's journaling or writing music or just notes. I just tend to write things down. Half the time, some of it doesn't make sense to me, but it eventually does. But I like writing to my friends, and y'all know that. But one thing that shocked me, which kind of came across like a little, like, whoa. So is part of the reason why I'm doing this is because it's like I reached out to a friend, and I was like, hey, what's up? Like, I'm bored. I haven't talked to you in a while. Like, how you doing? Like, that kind of concept, you know? And the response that I got from it was so, like, cold, indirectly cold. It was like, oh, damn, watch a movie. Now, I don't ever remember my friend talking to me like this, so to me, it was like caught off guard. And then the response following that was something similar along the lines of, and I was just like, damn, like, why are you talking like that? I was just trying to say hello, trying to make small talk, I don't know why I gave you an attitude. Well, that I just kind of let it go. I was like, all right, maybe that person's going through something. But I've noticed, like, I've had friends who have had conversations with other people who kind of have had similar situations happen to them. And I'm like, I don't know, like, disregard it. Maybe it's something that's, like, they're going through enough shit. Like, yeah, we are. But then the funny thing is, like, in my situation, a couple days later, I get another response in response to that message with more of an attitude. And I was just like, I was fucking thrown. Like, I don't know why you would even respond. If your attitude is feeling that way, why would you even respond? Like, I dropped it then and there, just trying to think, damn, maybe you're really going through it. Like, it's not always about you, and I'm not on no ulterior motive. Like, I'm not trying to look for anything or say anything or do anything or make somebody feel some type of way, except for, hey, my friend's caring about me, and it's kind of nice to hear from her because I haven't heard from her in a while. Like, just that kind of thing. It's nice to reflect on situations like this, to know that before social media and Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and Twitter and YouTube and whatever the fuck else is out there, because I know there's a million other apps that are out there. Like, before all of this, like, I used to be that person that used to write letters to all of my friends. I used to write letters and put them in the mail. I had friends who went overseas in the military that I used to love writing, and it's just personal to me. I like being personal. I like making sure that people know that there are real people in the world who take the time out to care about them. And for me, in going back to the situation, I felt thrown because I was like, I've never done anything wrong to the person who I tried to say hello to. And I'm glad that everybody else that I have reached out to, has responded how I would expect them to respond. Like, it's cool. I'm the homie. I'm not a threat. It's funny now, but it's just like, everybody be kind to each other, love each other. Shit, I woke up to some news about a friend of mine who's going through a really rough situation right now. They just lost their child, who is very, very young, like very young. And when I woke up, I was under the impression that it was my friend that I grew up with when I was younger. Like, no, instead it was his child. And I was like, shit, that made me feel even more terrible. So it's just like, while there's a lot of other chaos going on in the world besides this quarantining, be kind to yourself and remember to care for yourself, and then care more for the people who have taken the time to care for you. Like, I don't ever ask for anything in return from any of the people that I put my energy into, except just to be kind. Like, I try to set an example because that's what my parents have done to me and for me, and they've tried to teach me to do better because they worked really hard to be better, and it's not that hard. Like, I do suggest that you should write, like, personally write a letter, write a text message, even if, screw it, I know a lot of y'all are FaceTime phone calling, but like, be spontaneous, write a letter, put it in the mail. I mean, shit, even if you live in apartment complexes, you can like glove your letter and put it in the slit, like, I don't know, be creative, figure it out, but let the world see your humanity and your vulnerability, and let people know that we're here, we're rocking out. Anyway, that's my message. Okay, I don't know if I can do this, but I am by myself, but I'm also like, oh, no, I can't turn the camera around, I tried. Well, I'm by myself in a beautiful courtyard, which is kind of really nice. That's why I'm able to do this. I've been self-quarantining with 2 people that I love and trust, and God forbid anything happened to me, I knew that they'd have my back, and that's how they know that I would be for them. So I'm safe and I'm feeling good and happy. The sun is shining, and I wanted to be positive. I wanted to talk on a positive spectrum, and I hope that y'all can all respect that and see where I'm coming from, and just thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your social distancing.